Hey Sam, what would you do if you were YouTube and you wanted to be prosperous and grow and stay competitive in this competitive market?
I would fuck everyone.
Hey guys, how is it going? My name is Ansgar here with a grain of salt, and this week is yet one other week that we have to talk about YouTube. So the headline for this week is that many companies, large advertisers, are pulling away from YouTube and boycotting the platform. And why are they doing this? Well, apparently their ads are being put on quote unquote racist videos or unsavory videos, and they don't like their ads being put on things that they don't agree with. Now, normally I have no problem with advertisers or any company doing whatever the fuck they want to do because it's their company and it's how they want to be seen. So it is up to them basically, and it is their right to do what they want with their content and where they put their ads. What worries me about this time though is that many of the companies coming out are saying that their ads are in many racist types of content. And like one of those companies is the Wall Street Journal, claiming they have their ads on 5 videos that offer racist content. And we all pretty much know they're talking about PewDiePie. And the thing is none of PewDiePie's shit is racist. It might be distasteful to some people, but none of it is actually racist. So that begs the question, what is defined by racist here? So if we can see that the definition for racist and sexist and bigoted and all this shit is so loosey-goosey, then what channels might be affected by that? There's this channel by little girl, her name's like Evalion or something like that, or Evalion. She actually makes racist, bigoted content. She literally says, Jews and black people are fucking the scum of the earth and they're lazy as shit and greedy and they just suck on and all this kind of stuff, right? But aside from her, I haven't really seen any people that are actually racist, that actually have hate speech or threats. And a lot of those things do probably get taken down quite fast. But if someone has an opinion on gender studies or has some statistics and facts about cultural diversity or whatever they want to talk about, it doesn't make that content racist or anything. It might be sensitive subjects, but that doesn't make those people racist or whatever just because they're not going along with the mainstream. That's what people should be doing. They should be communicating. They should be offering different perspectives and opinions and laying down facts and talking about issues that we need to solve and not just putting them aside or covering them up and pretending they're not actually as bad as they are. People need to talk about shit, and a lot of that shit gets flagged as racist or sexist or whatever. And I'm sick and tired of it. So I'm scared that YouTube's definition for what shouldn't be advertiser friendly and maybe even for what should be taken down is just as loose as their fucking advertising terms. Is just as stupid as fuck as their little AI going through and scrubbing everyone. That's scary for people like me and for content creators. Now, we all know YouTube has been demonetizing videos left and right. It doesn't matter if it's PewDiePie or Philip DeFranco or even the Young Turks and other videos like that, or other channels like that have been demonetized in at least a certain amount of their videos. So that's nothing new. Content creators on YouTube are getting used to getting their videos demonetized for stupid reasons. Do you have Islam in the title? Might be demonetized. Do you have racist in the title? Might be demonetized. Demonetized? That might be demonetized. Do you have any current event topics in the title? That might also be demonetized. Basically everything, unless it's completely political correct, will be potentially demonetized. But the thing is, YouTube is starting to panic a bit because a lot of advertisers are pulling out, and YouTube's main revenue stream is from ads. So now they are promising that they're going to ramp up their teams for looking at videos to see if they are advertiser friendly or not. But it might go further than that, according to this article on CBC. YouTube might actually be thinking of downright removing videos from the platform because they can't get their shit sorted out and because they don't want to look bad to advertisers, which again is their biggest business model. Now, let's all think about what YouTube is for a minute. YouTube, the you in YouTube, is there for you, your opinions, your jokes, your content. It's you. And if they start removing those opinions or jokes that they don't like on their platform, that would be just downright wrong, in my opinion, but that would be censorship. Again, it's totally YouTube's prerogative to do that if they want to, but that is completely hypocritical to the platform that they've built. And people have other places to go. People will find other places to go. Everyone's already used to demonetization, so they're already finding many other ways to make money, whether that's Patreon, sponsorships, whether that's merch, anything like that. And a lot of channels now are relying more and more on those things instead of their couple of cents from ad revenue. So with advertisers being upset, with content creators relying less on advertising, YouTube is in a really, I would say, in between a rock and a hard place these days. So if they feel that they're forced to start taking down videos that have titles or opinions in them that they don't deem as politically correct or advertiser friendly, that will be a huge issue for content creators. Huge. If that happens, I could see so many people either leaving the platform or also just boycotting YouTube. So you'll have advertisers boycotting YouTube, you'll have content creators boycotting YouTube. It would be a complete shit show. But with YouTube's current track record, I wouldn't even put that past them. So I'm really curious to see how they're going to respond. Either way, if they pander to the advertisers and put them first before the content creators, like they usually seem to do, I don't want to say it's like the end of YouTube, but that will have a huge impact on them because this is a really hard spot to be in for that company. Now, I think the solution to this is to rely a lot less on advertisers. I think YouTube should start implementing a tipping system or a crowdsourcing system like Patreon, where maybe they take like a 20% share of the profit. So every dollar someone tips or every dollar someone gives them, maybe 20 cents is taken off of that to go to YouTube, which in my opinion would be fine. They've got to make money somehow. The platform needs to stay alive somehow. The servers have to keep running somehow. And that would also be major competition to services like Patreon. So competition is always good. And by getting away from the reign of advertisers, it would give us a lot more freedom. And Twitch is doing it, Vidme is doing it, Patreon is really popular. And honestly, subscriptions is kind of the future. People are curating their content. They're paying, $8 to $12 for Netflix a month. And if honestly, they're ditching cable TV, so the new TV for most young people now, and even a lot of people my age or even 10 years older than me, they're cutting the cord. So they're saving a shit ton of money from their old cable bill that they can put towards content creators that they like on the web. And again, YouTube and Twitch and Vidme and all these services, they're basically like the TV for the new generations. And a lot of people are totally fine with giving $1 or $2 or sometimes more, a lot more, to content creators that they like. So if YouTube could take 20% of that, that would be quite an income. I mean, there's channels out there on Patreon that make upwards of 40 grand a month. 20% of that is $8,000 a month from one channel. That could be something YouTube looks into. But that's just my opinion. I don't know what YouTube's gonna do. I think that would be a really cool route for them to take because it would stop a lot of this utter bullshit. But let's just take a quick second to talk about advertisers. In my opinion, kind of the scum of the earth. So on a little side tangent, I'm a pretty big fan of the TV show The Walking Dead on AMC. And in season 1 of The Walking Dead, when it was still a small show with a very small viewership, there were some pretty crazy things said. The word bitch was definitely not uncommon. Merle, I think in episode 1 or 2 even, says the word nigger. And the thing is, that is good in the context of the show. That makes it feel disgusting. And that makes those characters feel despicable. And when you take all of that out, when you censor swear words or controversial words, it makes everything mundane. It makes everything sterile and boring. And it takes the emotion and the drama and the disgust out of something that is supposed to be very dramatic. And now that The Walking Dead is this huge show, like the biggest show on television basically, and advertisers are climbing all over it, they can't even say fuck. The characters on the show can't express themselves, can't make us feel strong emotions because of stupid fucking censorship. Because these advertisers are scared that a couple people are gonna get the panties in a bunch because someone says fuck. And that shit is why people are going to Netflix in droves, or premium channels like HBO, where nudity and swearing and everything that normal people like you and me do every day, where that is normal and where that can be used creatively to create drama, to create emotions, to create an interesting character and an interesting episode. And that advertising shit is really seriously fucking up YouTube. And it is hindering people on the channel. And YouTube is going to lose people over this one way or another if this keeps getting pushed further and further. And if YouTube changes, they can solve that. But I don't know if they're going to go away from that heavy reliance on advertising. And to end the video on this note, to all the advertisers out there, where are you going to fucking go? Everybody is going to Netflix, to YouTube, to Twitch, to Vidme, to all of these internet sites where freedom of speech is valued, where things aren't sterile and mundane and boring and downright dumbed fucking down. People are finding interesting content. They're finding personalities, people that have a fucking personality, that act like people. Where are you going to go if you can't take a little bit of controversy? And in some cases, it's not even controversy, it's controversy. Are you going to go to old media like cable TV and to some dying websites? Are you going to go to newspapers and bus stops? Where the fuck are you going to advertise 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now? You guys better get your shit together, because we don't need your products. You want to sell us your products. And if you want to sell me your fucking product, you better be where I am. And I'm sure as hell not on that mundane, sterile shit. I'm gonna go where people have actual opinions, where people have things to say, where they're not afraid so much that they have to censor themselves. Anyways, guys, those are my 2 cents on the situation. I really hope it's not as bad as it seems, but there's a lot of shit going on right now, whether it's online, whether it's in countries and governments and media. It's becoming kind of a bigger and bigger issue, and at some point, it's gonna fucking explode. So I'm very interested to see how this situation keeps going and how YouTube's going to respond to this, and how it's going to affect advertisers and content creators. Now, most importantly, you guys are the guys that consume the content. You guys, some of you, make it as well, just like me. So what do you think about this controversy on YouTube right now? What do you think about advertisers and censorship? I think there's no room for that shit in 2017, and that those people are going to have to find another place to advertise, maybe on the fucking moon, because here on Earth, people aren't going to old media anymore. They're going to new media. Anyways, guys, take everything you hear with a grain of salt, and I will see you guys soon. Have a great day, my friends.